let's talk about one of the greatest miracles in modern medicine. One of the things that medicine has given to public health that has transformed so much, that has made such a huge impact. Something for which medicine can be proud. I'm not talking about vaccines. I'm talking about antibiotics. Antibiotics, in the same way as vaccines, were lauded as one of the great breakthroughs in medicine, profoundly altering the course of infectious disease, and that was true. Penicillin was discovered in my own medical school, in a room where I slept as an on-call surgeon. It transformed the outcome from battlefield injuries in the Second World War. It changed the course of neurosyphilis, virtually eradicating it. But the dream has become a nightmare. And it's become a nightmare principally for three reasons. One is nature itself. Microorganisms have an extraordinary ability to adapt and survive. That is what they do. That's what we do, but to a far lesser degree, far less rapidly. The second is due to doctors. We embraced the miracle, we overused the miracle, we revered the miracle, we gave antibiotics indiscriminately, and pediatricians are to a large extent responsible for this. And now we have got major problems. The third was the voracious, almost insatiable capacity of the pharmaceutical industry for profit. Let's make more antibiotics, let's make more sophisticated antibiotics, let's keep going, let's charge more, let's encourage physicians to treat all of these indications with antibiotics, and let's make money. And those three things, those three elements conspired to produce a disaster, and that disaster now is multi-resistant organisms, bacteria which are entirely resistant to any antibiotic which we might produce. And what has happened? What has happened? Where are we now? The pharmaceutical industry has abandoned the research and production of novel antibiotics. In the face of multi-resistant organisms, they have said there's no market here. Why? Because by the time we bring this antibiotic to market, the organism is already resistant. Because you see, in the acquisition, in the evolutionary process, once you acquire the ability, the genetic machinery, the chemistry to produce resistance, then it accelerates through subsequent generations of the organism. So you do it quicker and quicker and quicker every time. And so they have abandoned novel antibiotics. And we, the public, are now left to face these highly pathogenic, multi-resistant organisms which are closing down hospitals, closing down wards, infecting prostheses, killing patients. The dream has become a nightmare. We are all in some way responsible for that happening. The difference between that and vaccines is very little. We've embraced those similarly as a miracle. And the three same elements have come into play. The natural ability of the organism to survive, to escape. And immediately they introduced hepatitis B vaccine. There was the generation of what are called escape mutants. Viruses that have now become the dominant genotype. And they have escaped the ability of the immune system induced by the vaccine to protect the individual. And this is happening time and time again. We've seen it with pertussis, for example, as a bacterium. The second is the willingness of medicine to believe, to trust, to have faith. This is the best thing that we have ever done. And the third, and most insidious, but surely the most powerful, is that vaccines are the future for the pharmaceutical industry. Not my opinion, but you read the Wall Street Journal. That is their future. You can only sell so much Viagra. All other drugs are going off patent. They are being picked up by generics. The future is in production of vaccines, of which there are over 200 now ready, or almost ready, to go into the schedule. So if you're happy with the schedule now, which I doubt many of you are, the bill that is going through says, and any other vaccine we may deem in the future to be on the schedule. That is the future.